This video covers the problem that has to do with combining functions, and we've got 4 parts to this one, and we are given 2 functions. P is 2x squared plus 1, and r is 5 minus the square root of x. In part A, we're simply asked to add them. So we're going to take P and r and add their outputs. So we've got 2x squared plus 1, and to that we're going to add r, which is 5 minus root x. We can leave our answer like that, or we can combine the 1 and 5. So we could rewrite it as 2x squared plus 6 minus root x. All right, when we get to part B, we notice that we're working with r both times, but our inputs change. In our first one, our input is x, which is how r is written. So 5 minus root x. To that, we're going to add r of h, which means my input is h. So instead of plugging x in, I'm going to plug in h here, and I'm going to plug in h here. So I'm going to add 5 minus root h. Again, we can add those 5s to simplify it, or leave it like this. So 10 minus root x minus root h would also be correct. All right, so now when we get to part C, this time our input is x plus h. So that means I'm going to replace this entire x up here with x plus h, which means I'm going to replace this x also with x plus h, and the whole thing is going to be under the square root. So our final answer is 5 minus the square root with x plus h on the inside. There's no more simplification that can be done for that problem. Our last problem is what's called composition of function, and we've got r and this circle p of x, and we need to know that that means the same thing as r of p of x, where our input is p of x. So I'm going to go here to p of x, and I know that p of x is 2x squared plus 1. That means I'm going to go to the r function. I'm going to replace this x with a 2x squared plus 1, which means I'm also going to replace that x with 2x squared plus 1. So my final answer is 5 minus the square root of 2x squared plus 1. And again, this one cannot be simplified, so we're done with that answer.